Greetings, free thinkers. Welcome to the Hoggcast. How are you doing today? I hope you're doing fine. I certainly am. Okay, what do we have for you on today's episode? We have for you this crazy bloody article to go over. I mean, it goes to show you that universities in the Western Hemisphere have ceased functioning to be what they're supposed to be, which is a place of higher education. What this is not higher education. It's not higher anything, right? It's just ignorance and every kind of ism you can think of rolled up into a college course designed to look sophisticated. This is for the type of people who wreck Christmas dinners because they've been off to university, they come home, they think they've got a degree in, and I'm quoting, angry white male studies, so they think they're better than their dad. They come home from university campus for the holiday period and they immediately they take like an antagonistic approach to their own family members because they think they're more sophisticated now. These millennial Gen Z leftists, these students that have been converted into leftists, by courses like this, right? And the people who take these courses are the very same people who then demand that you, who have been paying your taxes your whole life, pay off their student loan debt, right? Because they are astounded to learn that in the private sector, at least, nobody wants people who have a degree in angry white male studies. The fact that a university put this course together in the first place shows you that the lunatics are running the asylum. So let's get into this article. If you haven't yet though, please like the video, subscribe to the Hoggcast, hit the notification bell and share the video around. You can also become a member. There's a membership option. There's a join button next to the sub button. You can become a member if you so choose. I have 8 amazing members who honour and humble me that they value my content and commentary as much as they do in our quiet little corner of the internet, because we are shadow banned and deboosted. Okay, let's go. Okay, so the article, University of Kansas offers angry white male classes. The University of Kansas will examine what the angry white male is upset about. I mean, what are you talking about? What? I mean, can you define what an angry white male is? I mean, so they've made this course, right? That's about the quote angry white male, yet they don't even know what this person's angry about and who this person is, right? It's just they're chasing their own tail, going around and around. The University of Kansas is offering a course in the fall called Angry White Male Studies that will examine the quote rise of the angry white male in the United States. I mean, what? What does it even mean? If you want to see angry white males, look at Tifa. Look at the white BLM supporters. Look at what they're doing. If you want to see an angry white male, look no further than the Eco Warriors, right? Extinction Rebellion, yeah? The people who protest outside, which is illegal as you well know, protesting outside the Supreme Court justices' homes, many of them paid protesters, right? That's angry. Yeah. So it will be offered during the fall term with the goal of indoctrinating about the quote prominent figure that is the angry white male. What does it even mean? A prominent figure? What is gobbledygook? It doesn't mean anything. This court charts the rise of the angry white male in America and Britain since the 1950s. Exploring the deeper sources of this emotional state, whilst evaluating recent manifestations of male anger. It's witchcraft. It's like the people. I mean, look, if they want to understand why people in society in general are switching off, because I think that's what they're confusing. I think they're confusing people who don't want anything to do with wokeism as, quote, by definition they must be angry white males. Yet, if you want to analyse the, quote, deeper sources, you're going to need to start looking at yourself, leftists, academia, okay, entrenched public sector workers, the mainstream media, and so on and so on, right? if you want to know why people are switching off from what you're offering, right, it's because of stuff like this. Yeah, it's because of, you will look someone dead in the eye and tell them that men can get pregnant, right? You will look them dead in the eye and tell them women have male junk, yeah? You'll look them in the eye and tell them that, and then you are surprised that they get angry at you, right? Because you're insulting people's intelligence. Yeah, let's just we'll see if they actually look at the true the causes around what they call a phenomenon of angry white men. I bet you they don't. The course explanation explains that students will be, quote, employing interdisciplinary perspectives. Witchcraft gobbledygook doesn't mean anything. Employing interdisciplinary perspectives. It doesn't mean anything. It's just the word employing with two very big words next to it. It doesn't mean anything. Have you ever noticed, and you can apply this across the board, the difference between left and right is on the right, we will say something or make a statement that is a definitive fact, right? There's no room for conjecture, there's no room to move the goalposts. Yet the left, they will always word things very vaguely, very smugly, very snobbishly, in a way where they can move the goalposts so it can mean anything they want it to mean. You'll find that's the difference between not men and women, left and right, across the board. So it continues to examine how, quote, both dominant and subordinate masculinities are represented and experienced in cultures undergoing periods of rapid change connected to modernity, as well as to the rights-based movement of women, people of colour, and the alphabet people. Again, that doesn't mean anything. None of this. It's just fart sniffing. That's all it is. It's fart sniffing. It doesn't. These people are paid too much money to do nothing, right? That's not academia. That's just, they're wrapping their own prejudice up as if it's something noble. The class will be taught by Christopher Forth, who is a professor of history. Yeah, this is exactly what I mean. One of the defining aspects of the left, their biggest legacy, right, and this will go down the ages, has been their amazing ability to erode trust in everything that they touch, including science. And I'm talking STEM sciences, right? Even the actual sciences, right? The important stuff, not the social and gender studies rubbish. They are eroding trust in it. People don't trust the WHO anymore. People don't trust the International Monetary Fund anymore. People don't trust the World Economic Forum. Nobody trusts any of this stuff anymore. And it's got nothing to do with commentators, right-wing commentators, conservative commentators such as us, who have been punished and sidelined and depersoned in some cases, deboosted in most cases, including myself. They blame us for that distrust when they should be blaming themselves. Questions that will be answered about angry white males in fourth class. Can you believe that a history teacher has been reduced to this? Right. According to the course description, includes, quote, where does he come from? Are you assuming his gender? What's he angry about? Is his anger misplaced? And is he blaming the right people? How long has this been going on? Is he a global phenomenon? And how do we move forward? I wonder if they're actually... So you know who their target's going to be. As always with academia, their target is going to be right-wing conservative men. Yeah, specifically white men. I wonder if they're going to ask any of those people, right? They're not. They're going to ask each other. This is how cults form, and the left is the true cult. So, this is what I often say to people. When us on the right, if we want to know what the left's thinking, if we want to know about the left, we go to the left. That's why we know exactly what they're doing, who they are, and what they represent. When a leftist wants to know about the right, and they do because they are obsessed with us, They don't go to right-wing people. They stay in their echo chamber. They go to each other. So you get two leftists who have never met a right-wing person. They only have opinions based on those on the right that come from the leftists, mainstream media or academia, right? And so over time, you end up in a situation where the left just believe gobbledygook. The perception they have in their head of right-wing people couldn't be further from the truth, okay? But they don't know that because they're in an echo chamber / cult, yeah? I mean, if I was a history teacher, I would be ashamed that I'm teaching this crap. Really, I would. So of course Forth did not immediately respond to a further request from Fox Digital News. It's the same as that situation in Portland when they were, and Seattle, where they were passing off filth to youngsters. I think it was K through 12. Just honestly, it was disgusting stuff. In response to the alphabet lot, and reading material that they were offering to your children. As soon as the light was shone on it, they immediately deleted everything off of their website. This is this same similar thing. Forth didn't respond to a request for comment from Fox News because Fox News was going to shine a light on what this is, and they don't want that. Evil leftists can only operate in the shadows, and deep down they know this, right? And that's why I say, if you want to look for angry white males, and if you're a leftist, look to yourself. Because you're the angriest of them all, right? You're spiteful, deceptive, devious creatures, right? You're creatures of the night. You're creatures of the darkness, yeah? And that kind of proves my comment writ large, because if Forth wanted to know the answers to all of these smug, self-righteous questions, he would speak to the people that he is quite obviously aiming this against. Trump's voters, the decent, hard-working, working-class, white, silent majority who go about building things, constructing things, transporting things, producing things, growing things, innovating things, and all the other things that we do, okay, to keep the country running, so that smug academics like this guy can sit getting paid God knows how much money from taxpayer subsidised education, and he can just sit there, asking all these bullshit questions about a group of people who fund him and a group of people that he hates and is prejudiced against. It's all projection with the left. So if you want to know about these angry white males, look to yourself, right? Look to your brown shirts in Antifa and white BLM supporters, because they seem to be the angriest people of all. And one thing I will, one second, we'll carry on with this. The class has drawn criticism on social media and from Kansas Republican Congressman Ron Estes, who suggested in 2019 that the class could violate Title IX. Instead of a course to unite people and empower women, Kansas University has decided to offer a class that divides the student population. That's what it does. That's what I'm saying about these people. So you're probably going to have students from conservative class families in that classroom, and you don't stop for 1 second to think how that's going to make them feel. We already know conservatives and Republican students get treated terribly on campus. Yeah, the so-called empathetic ones, the left, the tolerant left, it doesn't even enter their mind how it makes them feel. They're probably glad that it makes them feel alienated and divided, because the intention is to divide. And it says here, look, it could pose a Title IX violation by creating a hostile campus environment based on gender. Not even just that. The University of Kansas did not immediately respond to a request for comment, and they're not going to. And I will make one final point. The people who take this course, if it's a paid course, they will then blame you and me for their problems. They'll say, well, we need student loan forgiveness because they took a garbage degree. They took one of these ridiculous degrees, and then they expect us The people that they call angry white males, Trump supporters, insurrectionists, or in here in Britain, council state scum, they will then expect us to forgive their student loan debt. Yeah? Disgusting, isn't it? Really, if society is going to move forward in a good way, it will require left-wing people writ large to develop a sense of self-reflection, and quickly. Yeah? Quickly. I'll leave it there. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section below. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.